Every day the Tour of the Basque Country provides great entertainment, and today was no different. A huge day if you look at the altitude gain of 2,862 metres, but with a huge spike at the very end that would define our run for this stage 4 of the great race. The Itzulia climb with ramps of 20% throughout was always going to hurt, and then a fast run for home to Makina Sheme. So we're going to take this one on with so much mountain points up for grabs. Maybe a breakaway could possibly make it home, and to deny our leader, Max Schachmann, who started off with a 4-second lead over Lipovic and Almeida. How would it pan out? Well, it was an awful long time before we got ourselves a breakaway, and in the end it was a sterling one. 9 up the road, chased by 2, forming an 11-rider group that really held everybody at bay. The peloton itself was starting to race into various action points, whether that was the foot of a climb or indeed the crest going into a descent. Max Schachmann was keeping up throughout the entire day. Meanwhile, our breakaway, which included Marc Soler, he was busy amassing mountains points and going into the lead of that competition. Sharing the front roll out front was those 11 brave souls, and Bahrain Victorious decided to put their shoulders to the grindstone a little bit further down. Plenty of eyes on Aramburu, the Spanish champion, after being handed back his victory which he was denied the day previous. Well, with 16.4 kilometres to go and the big climb still up ahead of us, our breakaway was all bar absorbed by a very committed chase. And then just to get onto the foot of our climb was a race in itself. Quinn Simmons, who'd done so much work as part of the breakaway with Baggioli, was still up towards the fore, but those with fresher legs and maybe a determined demeanour pushed on in this goatee road itself. Bahrain's challenge ebbed as Pello Bilbao went off the back, just very much out of sorts it seems for this race. Mas was still very much up towards the front, and then the green jersey made its announcement. João Almeida is carrying the points jersey on behalf of Max Schachmann, who is doing an amazing job to keep the golden jersey close at hand, but Almeida himself staying seated for much of the climb, save for the acceleration which dropped 3 and indeed a group of 8 or 10 that was forming behind him. Could he have an advantage going up and over the top? Schachmann was determined to limit that and was brave as you like in terrain that did not favour him. Staying planted, Almeida just raced on. He was on the radio as well, just asking for the gap. And once he was told, he just kicked on again, out of the saddle and driving into the fans that were mobbing the top of the road. Everybody else was playing catch-up, but what would be the gap going over the top? And could he hold on to it coming all the way back down and into town? That was the last of the mountain tests. He dealt with the ramps of 20%, and now it's time to fly. 32 seconds advantage at the top, but they were racing to get over and into that gap. Mas was close at hand, and 24 seconds the margin was cut down as this man settled himself into hitting every single one of the apexes and maybe just bringing home the glory on the day. At this point in running, with 5 kilometres to go, he had a virtual lead in the general classification of 21 seconds, notwithstanding the bonus seconds that would come his way at the line as well. And he just tempoed beautifully, and in the end his only problem was to think of how to celebrate. He got it wrong the day prior on a roundabout, and he got it absolutely right today, leaving everyone else to sprint for the line. Del Toro getting up just to deny extra bonus seconds for Max Schachmann, who still picked up 4 at the line and moderated the damage. But this was about UAE and how they delivered it, and one man, the postman, Almeida, did just that. With alchemy, he turns a carried green into gold. He also owns that points jersey. He is our overall leader after taking today's stage by a margin of 28 seconds plus his 10-second bonus at the line. What a race, and what a leader we have. He is well and truly in charge, getting all the plaudits, and he richly deserves them. Who on earth is going to stop him? He leads this race now by 20 seconds, or 30 I should say, from Max Schachmann. Half a minute gap at the top then. That should be enough for Almeida to do the job at the end of this amazing race. Still 2 days to ride though. Nothing certain, as you know here.